It's official. Tyreek Hill has agreed to join the Chiefs. Yes, you heard that right. Tyreek Hill has officially agreed to return to the Kansas City Chiefs. It's only a matter of time before we see him posing with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce in that iconic red and gold once again. This trio, Mahomes, Kelce, and Hill, is back together, and the entire NFL world is buzzing. They've already proven they can dominate the league, and now they're gearing up for an epic 2025 season. With Mahomes' elite playmaking, Hill's explosive speed, and Kelce's unstoppable presence in the middle, the Chiefs' offense is about to become a nightmare for every defense. This isn't just a strong team, it's a potential dynasty in the making. Now it's your turn, Chiefs Kingdom. Do you think this legendary trio can bring home the Super Bowl in 2025? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Come on, Chiefs fans. Breaking news! The week kicked off with sky-high expectations for Chiefs Nation. One of the most electrifying players in Kansas City Chiefs history might be on the verge of an unbelievable return. That's right, Tyreek Hill, the same player who once torched defenses with Patrick Mahomes, who secured a massive payday in Miami, and who hasn't been shy with his words about his former team. Could he really be coming back? The rumors have been swirling for weeks. We're going to break it all down, but first, drop a like if you'd love to see Tyreek Hill back in Chiefs red, and leave a comment like, "Come on, Hill, take the Chiefs to the Super Bowl." Now, let's get straight to the point. As much as Tyreek Hill was the guy lighting up defenses alongside Mahomes, things took a sharp turn when he began posting cryptic messages on social media, and this isn't the first time he's hinted at moving on from Miami. Since leaving Kansas City, Hill has been nothing short of spectacular statistically, but when it comes to team success, let's just say the results haven't matched the hype. No playoff wins, no deep postseason runs. Meanwhile, the Chiefs, 3 straight Super Bowl appearances, 2 championship rings, a full-blown dynasty. And that's where the intrigue begins. Hill's recent tweets, full of vague language and his trademark peace sign emoji, have fans and analysts wondering, is he trying to signal a desire to reunite with Mahomes and Andy Reid? Let's dig in. Even though Hill has put up elite numbers in Miami, he's yet to win a single playoff game there. On the other hand, the Chiefs have dominated without him. There's no denying Hill's production, but in Miami, it hasn't translated into the kind of success he experienced in Kansas City, and that's got to be eating at him. On January 5th, he tweeted, "Open the door, I'm out." That post sent shockwaves across social media. A few days later, he walked it back, saying he was happy in Miami. But here we are again, just a few months later. And Hill is once more openly discussing trade possibilities. NFL legends are weighing in, and they're not dismissing the idea of a reunion. Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe, who knows a thing or two about championship rosters, flat out said Kansas City would be a perfect fit if Hill were traded. And Chad Johnson, another former superstar wide receiver, took it even further, saying, if the Chiefs get Hill back, all hell will break loose. And let's be real, Kansas City could use him. Yes, they've signed Hollywood Brown, but he's had injury issues. Juju Smith-Schuster is also battling injuries. Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice both have question marks. Worthy's a rookie, and Rice is dealing with recovery and possible suspension concerns. The bottom line, the Chiefs don't have a clear, proven, no one receiver for Mahomes heading into 2025. But Tyreek Hill? He'd change that in an instant. Now, here's the big question. What would it take to bring Tyreek Hill back to Kansas City? When the Chiefs traded him away, they got a massive haul, multiple high draft picks. But now, his value isn't what it once was. He's older. He's still elite, no doubt, but the market has cooled. Realistically, the Chiefs might be able to land him for a third-round pick, maybe even less. Would you do it? Would you welcome Tyreek Hill back to Kansas City with open arms? Some fans still feel burned by how things ended, by the comments he made after leaving. But if there's one thing we've learned over the years, it's that Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are masters at keeping the door open for former players. They've done it before. Would they do it again for Hill? This isn't just another trade rumor. This is the kind of potential game-changing move that could shift the balance of power in the NFL. The Chiefs have already built a dynasty, but imagine what this offense could look like with Hill back in the mix. Now we turn it over to you. What do you think? Should the Chiefs make a move to bring Tyreek Hill home, or has that ship sailed? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it. But let's take a step back and really think about what this would mean for the Kansas City Chiefs. If Tyreek Hill were to return, this wouldn't just be a reunion. It would be a strategic power move. A move that could send shockwaves through the entire league. We've seen what happens when Mahomes has a reliable, explosive, deep threat. Between 2018 and 2021, with Hill in the lineup, Mahomes won 2 MVPs, threw for over 5,000 yards twice, and helped make the Chiefs' offense the most feared unit in football. Defenses had no good options. Double Hill and get torched by Travis Kelce. Play it safe, and Mahomes would pick them apart underneath. But the moment Hill left, everything changed. The offense adapted. The Chiefs still won thanks to Mahomes' brilliance, but they had to work harder for every yard. Now picture this. Mahomes is entering the peak of his career. Defenses are still trying to figure him out, and then, boom, Hill is back. After 2 full seasons without Hill, the Chiefs have developed new weapons, adjusted schemes, and found ways to win. But with Hill back in the lineup, the offense could be even more lethal than it was before. Think about that. And here's the thing. If any team could pull this off, it's Kansas City. Andy Reid has a reputation for keeping relationships intact. He's brought players back before, even after rocky departures. Take Kareem Hunt, for example. His exit was far more complicated than Hill's, and yet there were still conversations about a potential return. Juju Smith-Schuster left and came back. The Chiefs aren't afraid to re-sign former players if they believe they can help win. Now let's talk about the contract, because this is where things get tricky. Tyreek Hill signed a massive 4-year, $120 million deal with the Dolphins, making him one of the highest-paid receivers in the NFL. The Chiefs, known for their careful cap management, would have to find a way to make the numbers work. But here's the key. Hill's contract isn't fully guaranteed beyond 2025. That gives the Dolphins flexibility to move on from him with limited financial penalty if they want to shake things up. So, would Hill be willing to restructure? That's the million-dollar question. If he's truly unhappy in Miami and hungry for another ring, we could see a scenario where he agrees to a pay cut or restructured deal to return to Kansas City. Let's not forget he still has a strong relationship with Mahomes and Kelce. They've always spoken respectfully about one another, even after the trade. The chemistry, still there. The respect, still mutual. But would the Chiefs front office be willing to reverse course? They let Hill walk because they didn't want to pay him top-tier money. Has their stance changed? With their current wide receiver situation, they might not have much of a choice. Yes, Hollywood Brown is a nice addition, but he's not Tyreek Hill. Rashee Rice looked like the future WR1, but now he's facing legal issues that could lead to a suspension. Xavier Worthy, the team's first-round pick, has potential, but he's unproven. Juju Smith-Schuster, if he returns, hasn't looked the same since his knee injury. In short, the Chiefs are lacking a reliable, elite, no one receiver, and Tyreek Hill, if available, could be the answer. Listen up, Chiefs Kingdom. You think Patrick Mahomes has all the weapons he needs? Think again. The Chiefs are sitting on a gold mine, and they could be adding a true game changer to the roster. But here's the kicker. It won't cost him an arm and a leg. The clock is ticking, and Kansas City's next bold move could be the one that shifts the balance of power in the AFC. Stick around to find out who this potential superstar is and why he might be exactly what Mahomes needs to fuel another championship run. Drop a W if you're all in on the Chiefs, or an L if you've got doubts. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for all the latest Chiefs updates. Kansas City fans, get ready. The team is on the verge of making a power move. The Chiefs have always been known for surrounding Patrick Mahomes with talent, and that's not changing anytime soon. This is a franchise that understands the importance of giving Mahomes playmakers, guys who can stretch the field, blow games wide open, and put up points in the blink of an eye. They know how to win, and part of that formula is constantly upgrading the roster. Let's talk about the wide receiver room for 2025. The Chiefs are projected to roll with Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Hollywood Brown as their top 4 receivers. Now, don't get it twisted. None of these guys are scrubs. Worthy and Rice have flashed serious potential. Juju and Hollywood are proven veterans, but here's the truth. None of them are true game breakers. Yes, they can contribute, but Mahomes needs more than contributors. He needs a weapon, someone who can change a game with a single play. And that's where this opportunity comes in. The Chiefs don't need to break the bank or land a big-name superstar. What they need is a high-upside, affordable player who can add a new dimension to the offense. And I've got just the guy, Alec Pierce from the Indianapolis Colts. Pierce is coming off the best season of his NFL career, and I'm telling you right now, he's a perfect fit for Kansas City. Last season, he hauled in 37 catches for 824 yards and 7 touchdowns. But here's the stat that jumps off the page. He led the entire NFL with an insane 22.3 yards per catch. Let that sink in an offense like Kansas City's. With Mahomes slinging the rock, Pierce's deep threat ability could be a total game changer. You've got to think about the fit. Pierce has been catching passes from young, inexperienced QBs like Anthony Richardson and even the aging Joe Flacco. Now imagine what he could do with Patrick Mahomes, a generational talent with an elite arm and next-level field vision. This could unlock Pierce's full potential. Now, I know what you're thinking. What's the cost? Here's the best part. He's still on his rookie contract. At just 24 years old, Pierce wouldn't require a massive extension, not yet. He's affordable, high upside, and still developing. This is exactly the kind of player Kansas City has thrived with. Young, hungry, and tailor-made for their system. If you're the Chiefs, you have to consider making this move. This isn't just about depth. It's about giving Mahomes the kind of weapon that can shift entire game plans. Let's get real. Kansas City has mastered the art of roster building. And now they're facing a pivotal moment. They've got Mahomes locked in. Andy Reid is still leading the charge. Now it's time to give No 15 another true difference maker. That's what Alec Pierce could be. He's not just a nice-to-have. He's a strategic necessity, a player who can take the top off the defense, a player who brings back that Tyreek Hill level threat. We've seen what Mahomes can do with deep threats. From 2018 to 2021, the offense was nearly unstoppable with Hill. Since then, the Chiefs have adapted, but they've missed that explosive vertical dimension. Alec Pierce brings that back. His ability to track the ball, beat defenders downfield, and consistently make plays would elevate this offense to another level. And paired with Mahomes, that's fireworks waiting to happen. So I'll ask you again, Chiefs Kingdom, are you ready for another weapon in the arsenal? Are you ready to see Mahomes drop dimes to a legitimate deep threat again? Alec Pierce might be the answer, and if Kansas City pulls the trigger, it could be a move that changes the landscape of the entire AFC. Don't blink, because this might just be the next power move in the making. Hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss any of the latest Chiefs news. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.